and welcome in or welcome back. It's a MonkieMar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click the like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications. Hey guys, welcome in. Let's get into the latest update on Cleo Smith and her accused. A kidnapper claimed he had a daughter in his doll-filled bedroom in Western Australia. And with that, guys, let's get into it. I know that this Terry guy is a very strange individual. Definitely not playing with a full deck, but he looks so lost in this picture. And why is he barefoot? Like, why did they not put shoes on him? Or is that the way they transport inmates in Australia? I just don't get why he's barefoot. Let's get into this story. A tradie who worked on the house where Cleo Smith was allegedly held by a kidnapper has told investigators the loner had a room decorated for a little girl and had falsely claimed he had a young daughter. Weirdo. The man who was hired to paint the Carnarvon WA Public Housing Commission duplex, which Terence Darrell Kelly rented, was interviewed by police in the days following his arrest and told them he had seen a room adorned with doll-lined shelves. A door to one of the rooms in the house, which can allegedly be locked from the outside, is also of particular interest to detectives, reports The Australian. The WA's housing department having a policy to not install locks on internal doors for safety reasons. Cleo went missing from the Quobba Blowholes campground in mid-October, sparking a massive police search, which ended 18 days later when she was found alive and well in a raid just minutes away from her parents' house. I wish we could hire a couple of these Aussie police officers to come over here and find the West boys this summer. Michael Vaughn. And I do not know why it bothers me that he has no shoes on. Weird. It's just weird looking at him. If he was just arrested, I would get it, but he's not just being arrested. He's being transferred. This is Terence Darrell Kelly, pictured on November 5th, boards a plane after being taken into custody by members of the Special Operations Group at Carnarvon Airport. 4-year-old Cleo Smith, pictured, is now recovering with her family after being missing for 18 days. The 36-year-old alleged abductor's fixation with dolls has been brought to light following his arrest, with forensic police seen removing several large evidence bags believed to be filled with dolls from the rundown house in recent days. A leading theory put forward by investigators is that the abduction was not premeditated, but that Kelly had allegedly been at the Blowholes campground and stumbled across little Cleo. But then supposedly he was following Cleo's mom, Ellie, on one of his fictitious Facebook accounts, so I don't know, but they're saying that he ran into her at the campground and decided to snatch her. So was he not following Ellie? While he was known to police for petty crimes, he was not on the SO list and was not immediately focused on as a suspect. So here we've got Terence Kelly's duplex in Carnarvon, Western Australia, was swarming with forensic police on Saturday. This article was actually out November 7th, 2021, which was actually yesterday in Australia. This beautiful doll collection. Bizarre details have emerged about the accused's strange obsession with toys, as numerous social media accounts linked to Kelly show a room full of children's dolls. However, information given to the police by telecommunications operators allegedly showed a phone registered to him pinged off the Point Quobba phone tower nearby the campground at 3 a.m., just 3 hours before Cleo's parents woke up to find her missing from her tent. The crucial piece of information led police to investigate Kelly further, with detectives understood to have quickly uncovered more links between him and the alleged abduction, though they have not revealed what these are. Forensic investigators are expected to continue their work at the derelict house until at least Wednesday. having already removed a significant amount of evidence, including carpets from multiple rooms. That's creepy. That bags of evidence were removed, believed to contain some of Kelly's beloved brat doll. Remarkably, body cam footage captured the moment Cleo was rescued by detectives, with the brave little girl clinging to her savior as she is gently spoken to and told she would soon see her mummy. The house where Cleo was found was in an area of Carnarvon, which locals have said has become increasingly unruly in recent years. Both Carnarvon Council and police records show a major riot broke out in and around Tonkin Crescent, home to the accused kidnapper, late Friday night on October 16, 2020. That date is exactly 1 year to the day before Cleo Smith was allegedly snatched from her tent at the Blowholes. The street, nicknamed Toxic Crescent in the coastal town, was the center of violent riot which left several officers injured, residents told the Daily Mail Australia. The last year's riots re-emerged as a larger team of forensic officers scoured Kelly's home on Saturday afternoon, with dozens of dolls believed to be among the piles of evidence seen being removed from the derelict property. Forensic teams are seen leaving the Carnarvon house on Saturday as they continue to scour the scene. Kelly, 36, allegedly held 4-year-old Cleo Smith inside the derelict home 18 days after she was taken from her family's tent. Police officers bundle evidence wrapped in white plastic into a trailer after combing the property on Saturday. Cleo Smith, 4, was found alive and well 18 days after she vanished from her family's tent at the remote Blowholes campsite in northwest Western Australia. Forensic officers who also were seen inspecting a bed frame and holding a box filled with colored pens may take as long as 2 months to fully search the home, the Sunday Times reported. Locals claimed the riots last year led to many arrests and ultimately saw police withdrawing from the site for their own safety. One Carnarvon resident who asked not to be named said the riot was a big deal. At the time, Ahmed Concern area was becoming a hub for drugs, alcohol, and violence. In the days following the riot, local Senior Sergeant Jade Morowski addressed Carnarvon Council and described chaotic scenes as large groups fueled by excessive alcohol use attacked police officers. He said the worst hit areas were Shawcross Street, Crossland Street, Hubble Street, and Mills and Tonkin Crescent, the latter being where Cleo was miraculously found alive early on Wednesday following her 18-day ordeal. Poor little baby Cleo. I'm glad she's found and safe with her family. Crisis talks were then held between local police and counselors about the town's drug and alcohol problems and how to solve them immediately. According to council meeting notes, a local national member, Vince Catania, said he would raise the issue at an upcoming parliament sitting. A year on, the Catania said this week that Kelly's neighborhood, a housing commission precinct, had been left to fall into rack and ruin, and that little had improved since the violent incident a year ago. Littered with broken glass and rubbish, the street in neighboring David Brand Drive is also nicknamed by Carnarvon's locals as Ground Zero and was dubbed Scorched Earth by some of the media covering Cleo's abduction. Small children can often be seen wandering the area alone, with dog attacks and break-ins common, according to residents. One business owner who has resided in the area for 7 years said Cleo's alleged abduction came at a time when the town was slipping down a slope of rampant crime and social disturbance. Residents claim the area has become a hub for drugs, alcohol, and violence. Police officers are pictured at Kelly's home on Saturday. Forensic officers were seen in the backyard of Kelly's property on Saturday as they searched piles of evidence. Neighbors claim riots on his street led to many arrests and ultimately saw police withdrawing from the site for their own safety. Police records confirm the street was the site was one of Carnarvon's most violent riots exactly a year before Cleo's disappearance. Terrence Kelly is now on remand in Casuarina, which is widely regarded as the toughest prison in Western Australia. We left Carnarvon and got stuck in Thailand due to COVID, but when we returned, we were shocked at how bad things had become, said shop owner Nam French, who described the area around Kelly's Tonkin Crescent home as well-known no-go area. It's an area that even taxis stopped driving to some time ago. You just don't drive anywhere near there. If you do, you can have your car pelted with rocks or bottles. It's just a part of town that is generally avoided. Forensic experts will remain at Kelly's duplex home for several more days as they search for evidence that can be used against him before his next court appearance in December. I also wonder if they're looking for evidence of other children being at that house. Taking out the carpets, pretty creepy, unless they're just leaving no stone unturned. A police officer in full protective gear is seen at the Carnarvon home where Cleo was found. The large team of experts are believed to have been brought in from Perth and Carnarvon surrounding areas earlier in the week. Tonkin Crescent's dark history was revealed as it emerged. Detectives used a mobile data to track down Cleo's alleged abductor. Sources close to the investigation claim the mobile phone data was crucial in helping police to identify Kelly as a prime suspect. His phone was allegedly in the area as part of the data collection. A source told the Western Australia that is part of the information that led the task force to him. There are at least 3 new mobile base stations located not far from the remote campsite where Cleo vanished from a Quobba Point, 73 kilometers north of Caravan on October 16th. Telecommunication providers then gave police a list of phone numbers that had been used in the area during the time of interest. I always ask if Delphi ever dumped those cell towers for Abby and Libby. It just makes me wonder, like, these Australian police officers, detectives, are just unbelievable in my opinion. I wish they would come here and help us find some missing kids. A forensic team is pictured in front of a Mazda vehicle outside the rundown home. Detective Superintendent Ron Wild said the data was then layered with other information before Kelly became a person of interest. So we put the phone data over number plate recognition data, CCTV, witness accounts, forensics, and when you layer them on top of each other, you solve crime. And that is merely what we have done here. Police tailed Kelly in an unmarked police car at 11:24 p.m. on Tuesday, just hours before they raided his housing commission home at Carnarvon at 1 a.m. on Wednesday. Detective Senior Sergeant Cameron Blaine said officers had been waiting for Kelly to go mobile and leave the premises. It was clear in my head what had to occur, so it was okay, let's do that. Dashcam footage from a passing taxi captured the moment Kelly was pulled over by the unmarked police vehicle as he drove down Robinson Street. Police tailed Kelly in an unmarked car at 11:24 p.m. on Tuesday, just hours before they raided his housing commission home at 1 a.m. on Wednesday. A second unmarked police vehicle pulls up in the front of the parked car to prevent any chance of escape. Bystander recalled watching police then pin Kelly to the ground before arresting him. We saw one of the detectives on top of the guy pinning him down on the curb. Really vigorously, they said. With their prime suspect now in handcuffs, detectives made the decision to search his housing commission home at 12:46 a.m. on Wednesday. Detectives then allegedly found Cleo playing with toys in one of the rooms which had been locked. I just saw a little girl sitting there and didn't think about anything else than picking her up, Detective Senior Constable Kurt Ford said. It will be a day WA Police Commissioner Chris Dawson will never forget, as he recalled new details of the rescue to the state's 7,200 officers in Internal Weekly publication from the line. Cleo Smith pictured in her mum Ellie's arms outside her Carnarvon home on Tuesday, 24 hours after the rescue. Jake, Cleo, and Ellie spent their first night together sleeping in the same room as the 4-year-old who they didn't want to let out of their sight. It was a day that will go down in history as one of the greatest triumphs for WA police force for many officers. It will be the greatest day of their careers, Commissioner Dawson said. It gave me goosebumps. My heart has been bursting with pride since I first received a phone call from Deputy Commissioner Cole Blanche advising of Cleo's rescue shortly before 1 a.m. Today I want that pride to fill the hearts of all employees of this great agency. The commissioner met Cleo along with her mom, Ellie Smith, and Jake Giddon and her grandparents at the family home just hours after the little girl was rescued. As Cleo and her mom were exchanging kisses and hugs, she fell asleep in Ellie's arms, he recalled. None of us will forget that day. It's why we joined the police force. From the bottom of my heart, which is so very swollen with pride, thank you to all. Enjoy this moment in history and let it carry you forward in service of our community. He also sent a photo of Cleo smiling and waving in hospital to WA Premier Mark McGowan, who described the little girl as well-adjusted, sweet, and delightful during his visit to the family home on Thursday. Commissioner Dawson also recalled the heart-melting moment he first heard the audio of the little girl's rescue and the first words she uttered telling officers, "My name is Cleo." In policing, we frequently see the worst of society, and the circumstances surrounding Cleo's abduction certainly fit that bill, he said. But on occasion, we also have the great privilege of having a front row seat to witness the very best of humanity, and the rescue of Cleo is one of those moments. It should be treasured. Kelly, who was not known to the family but lives just minutes away, was charged with multiple offenses on Thursday night, including Cleo's kidnapping. That face. A beaming Cleo was seen from her hospital bed after she was rescued by police. He appeared in Carnarvon Magistrates Court on Thursday afternoon, where he was formally refused bail. Police have warned Cleo's parents to wait until specialist child abuse detectives formally interview the 4-year-old before talking about the traumatic events with her. A heartwarming audio clip of the moment detectives first found Cleo alone in a room playing with toys was also heard for the first time on Thursday. Sergeant Blaine can be heard asking the little girl, "What is your name?" 3 times before she finally falteringly replied, "My name is Cleo." He said police have tried to share as much information they can with the parents, but at this stage, investigators are still piecing all the details together. Terry Kelly, 36, was taken away from Carnarvon Police Station in Western Australia after sustaining head injuries. And I am not going to get into the timeline. We all know it, but that is the latest on little Cleo Smith. And the doll man, I just don't even, this is still, this is one of the most bizarre cases. Happy, confused, I just do not, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this doll collector man, and I'm not sure I ever will. But with that, guys, that is it for this video. Alright guys, drop them comments, drop them opinions, and with that, it is a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.